Anji! Anji! There is something here. We have to move fast. Please come back. Madam Contestant, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. I yelled out in panic to alert my neighbor Anji, who went chasing the rabbit, leaving me alone in the deep forest in the midnight 12 o'clock. My village, Adairalli, lies in the thick belt of forest which ranges from Nandi Hills to Yellowed in Andhra Pradesh. Beside my village, there is a group of hills called Nagelli-Konda. Once a home to carnivorous animals and a rich wildlife habitat. My grandfather, Nathappa, was a great hunter. Wherever I see the gun in my heart, I used to picture myself in a hunting spear. It all started when I was studying in 7th standard. One fine day, I chalked out a plan to go for hunting with my neighbor Anji, who was an expert in handling the guns. And that day, night 10 o'clock, when everyone at my home was sleeping, we slowly reached to the gun and picked it up. Without waking up anybody, we picked up the old headlights of our grandfathers and we tied it to our head. Without waking up anyone, we slowly started slipping away from the village. Through the rarely treaded path, we started moving inside the forest. As the night has grown pitch dark and the songs of cicadas were playing all fun music to my ears. A little before midnight, we reached the top of Nagelli-Konda. Anji spotted a rabbit, little distance. He showed it to me. Out of my curiosity, I took one step towards the left, but I stepped on a dry leaves. That rustling sound quickly alerted the rabbit, and he leaped into the thick shrubs nearby. Anji, with his gun, ran behind the rabbit, and I could see his light flickering in between the trees before it completely disappeared into thick flora. As I was exhausted and disappointed, I sat under a nearby huge banyan tree. I was totally alone. I just lowered my head. I could see the main branches of this banyan tree were the size of Boeing 747 wings. I felt something unusual, a bad omen under this tree. I remembered the stories and ballads of this mysterious banyan tree of Nagelli-Konda, which were part of our village folklore. So I quickly made an exit. I sat on a rock nearby. As the wind was pleasantly blowing, it was gently touching my hands, and I was waiting for Anji under the gracious watch of flickering stars. Suddenly, the wind stopped. The nodding heads of shrubs stopped, and the songs of cicadas stopped. Somewhere, at some distance, I heard a sound of wolves. So the entire atmosphere slept into absolute silence. A thick smell of jasmine pierced into my ears. I saw someone in a white dress. Hey, who are you? I yelled out in panic. It disappeared into darkness. My heartbeat went up. I thought something was coming. Suddenly, a powerful lightning struck. In the light, I saw a lady who was standing just beside to that banyan tree. Her long canines were clearly shown. She was with a white dress as she was trying to kiss her baby and blood was trickled down. My heartbeat went up and I climbed the rock further up. And I was trying to chant Rama, Rama, Rama. But my voice is not coming out. I said, Anji! Come on, Anji! Suddenly I heard a gun sound from a far distance. Oh, Anji, come on, please. I was just hiding under the rock and I was to make sure whether it is there or not. Still, but the next moment, I heard a footstep sound which was coming from behind. I thought something is coming. So I tried to chant Rama, 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 Rama. The intensity of the footsteps increased further. So I closed my eyes. I prepared for the worst. And suddenly, a tree in front of me started shaking, and the birds which are sitting in that tree went off, all of them, all with one shot, leaving out a huge cry. I thought something has approached. Today is not my day. Suddenly, a heavy hand fell on my shoulder. I froze in fear. My heart stopped for a moment. When I turned, it was my laborant who came all the way from behind to surprise me. Toastmasters, how many of you have this kind of experience in your life? You see, our thoughts are powerful. Whatever you create in your imagination, that in turn is going to create some vivid, real images in the outside world. And that is what has happened for me on that day. The folklores, the stories that I heard before in my village has triggered my anxiety that day. And that has created a vivid pictures in the external world. If I would have known some techniques how to manage myself when I'm in the panic stage, I would have survived to a certain extent that day. If somebody like a heart patient would have been in my place, definitely would have taken a return ticket. So always remember, fill your heart with the positive thoughts and weed out the negative thoughts. Happy Toastmasters.